I don't think I recorded that the first
God
knock, but
fucking damn it.
all right.
Jonas, you're the worst at this.
3, 2, 1, go.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Depression.
I think I know where this is going. Depression who?
I don't know, bitch. Just open the door. I need a drink.
All right. Well,
welcome to session 2 of Mama's podcast. Of course, you would know me as Jay since I was doxxed on episode 4.
This man doesn't even remember the episode.
3? It's either 4 or 5. But anyway, dox. You're joining live with Jay and Jonas. Dox.
I've already said my name on here.
I know,
so.
but I'm going to dox you anyway.
Man Manson.
Who else am I doxing? Just real quick. Run down the list. Did I get them all? I think I got them all.
Said twice.
Dox. Everybody.
There's a name you're forgetting. But
Whose name am I forgetting?
actually, there's 2 names you're forgetting. One of them, you actually forgot their name.
Hold on. Okay, but if we're talking about Xena is her actual name, at least to me.
Well, you got fire to spit, my man.
Alright, so, okay, hold up.
Okay, alright.
This is Mama's show.
Okay, alright.
So it's June 1st. Happy Pride, motherfuckers. 50 years ago, in 27 days, in 27 days, marks the 50th anniversary of the Stonewall riots. And to you poor straight people who have no idea what that means, a bunch of fucking popo walked into a bar and was like, yo, show us your fucking junk to see if you're a boy or girl. And this one bitch was like, hell nah. And she started fucking throwing shot glasses. And it started up into a fucking riot. The Stonewall riots. And that was one of the first markers of trans rights in America. But it's also one of those points in history where the LGBT community came together as one to fight for and recognize that we are a people. We're a citizen. Can you hear my dogs? Can you pick them up on levels?
I probably can, yeah. Yeah, you can hear them.
Okay, gross. They came together for the first time, well, not the first time, but like under a major way with Martha Johnson. I really hope it's Martha Johnson. Otherwise, I'm going to sound really fucking stupid.
Well, you have the excuse that you're drunk. Also, just so you know, there's a mute button if you want to use it at any time. Alright.
No, I'm going to do the clap.
Alright.
I will clap when I want you to start cutting out something, and then I'll clap when you can bring it back in.
Alright.
Shut his ass up. So Stonewall riots. This is the 50th year anniversary. 50 years of the LGBT community being here, queer, and fucking get used to it. But of course, tell that to my ex, who is so fucking in the closet that he's in fucking Narnia.
I'm sitting here looking at a slightly tipsy.
Tipsy is an understatement, Pumpkin.
Alright, so a drunk.
I've finished at least a liter of whiskey. To myself.
He's also been up for 28 hours, I believe.
28 hours! I have not slept since like 1 o'clock Thursday. And it's Saturday.
Oh, well, that makes it like 24-ish hours.
I don't know.
But yeah, well, is that because of the breakup? Or is it something
No, it's
else?
because of work.
Okay.
But
the breakup is why you continue to stay up.
Yeah, that's why I continue to stay up. That's probably why Actually, hold on. Before I start getting too sad, Mama's gonna pop an Ativan. If she can find them.
It's not that bad a little there, is it?
Yes. Mama's gonna pop an Ativan so she doesn't start crying mid-podcast. Because it's much better to feel nothing.
You can cry on the podcast.
Yeah, I know, but it's much better to feel nothing than it is to feel anything.
Okay.
Or at least that's what Netflix has taught me.
Mm.
So, I'm not gonna dox him. We will call him... What are we calling him?
I'm interested to know why you won't dox him.
Because I love him.
Alright.
See, I don't know a cool moniker.
What does his name start with? The letter.
Let's go with Lot. So, Lot is a typical Mexican boy from the South. We'll go southeast. And we met last year when I was first out here. We met last year when I was out here. We met on Grindr because, like, where else do you meet other gay dudes?
Hmm.
It's damn near impossible. Honestly, it's damn near impossible to meet anyone openly queer around here.
I saw one at the airport. He had a purse and everything.
See? That's fine.
It was actually a pretty cool purse too. I wanted to be like, "Hey, dude, nice purse," but I was worried.
We
that he
prefer
might...
them to be called a merce.
Merce, all right.
We have our own lingo. Okay, anyway, what did I call him? Lot. So I met Lot last year when I first got out here. We met on Grindr. He had messaged me, and I was like, alright, cool, come over. So, as gentlemen do on Grindr, things happened. And we ended up having, like, a conversation. Like, we ended up, like, talking. Like, talking about, like, his ex and where he's from and things that he likes and things that he's scared of. It ended up being like a real conversation. And then I moved away. I moved like 2 months after that. And nothing. I was in Pennsylvania, so obviously nothing happened. We both knew that I was gone, and nothing would ever come of it. Fast forward, when I came back at the end of January, Lot sent me a new message on Grindr. And he's like, hey, I don't know if you remember me, but I was the big insert ethnicity here with the gold chain on and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yes, I remember you. How have you been, Lot? And he's like, I'm good, I'm cool. What have you been up to? Small talk, like,
Alright.
we hadn't had... So I hate it when people do small talk after we've had dicks in each other's mouth. Like, come on, dude.
That's...
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to just bullshit with me. My dick has literally been in your mouth. Just say what's up.
Well, I think not being able to do small talk kind of could end a relationship. If you can't hit it off as friends, you're definitely not going to hit it off as boyfriends.
Anyway, I'm not triggered. So I came back, I would say like early February. He hit me up on Grindr. He's like, hey, I don't know if you remember me. I'm insert ethnicity here, dude, who wore this gold chain. And all that. And I was like, yes, Lot, I remember you. How are you doing? And he's like, cool. So remember that guy that I told you about that I was with when I met you? He's like, oh, we're done now. We're like through done. And I was like, oh, cool. And so he would send me messages, like 2 or 3 messages about how Lot's wife never got a name, did she?
Wait a minute.
Bible. It's just Lot and Lot's wife. Sexist. Anyway, so Lot was telling me about how his ex was doing this, and this is why they broke up, and blah, blah, blah. Like, messages. He would just send me messages about this. And I was like, cool. Do you want to, like, come suck my dick again? And he's like, yeah, cool. But, like, he fell off the radar again. It was like a month after he messaged me from when we actually met up again. And after that, like, we started talking on the phone. He would call me while I was at work in the mornings, because I work overnight at a certain shop in... Yeah, I doxed myself, so yeah. I work overnight, so when I go to bed, the rest of the world is waking up. So he would wake up early and call me, and he would tell me things. Most of the time, Lot talked about his wife. And by wife, I mean literal wife. Like, literal, he had a fucking wife.
Alright.
But she was cool with it. In the sense that she understood that Lot was gay and there was nothing she could do about it.
Was he gay or bisexual?
Gay.
Okay.
No, Lot's gay.
Right.
And as much as he, knock on wood, as much as Lot wants to try to pretend that anything else, he's gay. He is absolutely fucking gay.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure between my dick in his mouth and me coming in his ass, pretty sure.
Bisexual people do that too.
Yeah,
you can't just discredit them.
Yeah.
Anti-LGBT gay man over there.
But, yeah. Okay, fair. But he came from just me topping him. So, it's pretty gay.
Arrested for hate speech and discrimination against the LGBT.
That's fine. I'm part of the community. Blah, blah, blah.
Put in the community jail.
I know, right? They're gonna revoke my gay card. So anyway. So, Q2, 2 months later, when Lot and I finally meet up again, I invited him to stay the night, which, for me, is a big deal because I move around every year, like literally every year for the past 8 years. So I've never given anyone the opportunity to stay over. People have fallen asleep on my bed, which is very different than me inviting someone to stay over. Okay? So I actually asked him to stay over, and he was like, cool. So
that face.
I can't actually cry because I'm on tons of Ativan. So
okay.
Like, I want to, but I actually can't. So anyway, like, he, like, rolls over, and he, like, lays on top of me, and he cuddles me. And I'm not a cuddler. Only because I've only ever, it's like a wham, bam, thank you, Sam, and get out. So, like, I asked him to stay over for the first time. I asked him to stay over, and he cuddles me, and we cuddle each other, and, like, all night. Like, there were times when, like, he first fell asleep. I work nights, so I was definitely up later than he was. And he was snoring in my ear. Like, he was, like, laying, like, if this is, I know it's not visual aids for the podcast, but, like, if this was me, he was, like, laying like this, with his mouth next to my ear.
So Jay has kind of got like, we've got a table in front of the couch that Jay is laying on.
Lounging.
Yeah, I guess. He kind of reached over with his. He's laying on his right side. He reached over with his left elbow onto the table.
And he just snored. He was just snoring. And I could, for 15 minutes, I was just laying there, do I move? Do I let him kind of do what he's doing? I've never slept next to anyone willingly before.
Mm.
Dudes that have fallen asleep in my bed, I've given them you scoot them to the far corner of the bed and you give them a sheet.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Well, maybe not virgin.
I understand these kind of things.
But with Lot, it was the first time that I asked someone to sleep over. So he was up in my business. So after the first 15 minutes of him fucking snoring, I finally fell asleep and I kept thinking, I wonder if the dogs are this annoyed with my snoring. But I remember in the morning when I rolled over and I felt him there. It felt nice. It was warm, welcoming, oh, you're where you should be. And cut to today, where, as innocuous as it should have been, I got off of work and I came home, took the dogs out, and I went to go lay in bed. I work nights, so I try to go to bed by 11 or 12 p.m. 12 p.m. I try to go to bed mid-afternoon so that I'm up early enough for work without being groggy. But Lot calls me. And he's like, oh, how come you can't sleep? I'm like, oh, I don't know. I guess I'm just keyed up. I found out last night that my father's brother died. Which, I wasn't close to him. Yes, he's my uncle. But I wasn't close to him. So it wasn't some
You got the
fall apart, oh my god, my uncle's dead moment.
There's a specific face I'm thinking of. It's something Donkey Kong made. It's like that face when you find out your son is dead, but you never really loved him anyway.
Yeah, something like that. My uncle died, but I never knew him, so it's weird. Last night I kept thinking about my immortality, everybody dies, nothing matters in the end, it's all made up. Which, hashtag it's all made up.
Yeah. I'm just imagining this conversation hey, by the way, your uncle died. Oh, no?
Actually, okay, if we want to go into the actual conversation, my sister called me and she's like, hey, do you care anything about our dad's family's life? I'm like, not really, but what's up? She's like, oh, I guess our Uncle Robert died? And I was okay, cool.
Did they check?
And I was like, cool. Is that the homeless one or the... No, wait. I said, is that the drug one or the gang one? She's like, I don't know. It's one or the other. I was like, cool. So, I was never close with him, so, it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect my daily life. But all night I kept thinking about, how everybody's gonna die, how nothing matters in the end, how it's all made up. Hashtag it's all made up. And, I don't know. I was just in a weird spot. So, I came home after my shift, and my bosses are out of town, so I've been working 10-hour shifts every day. Trying to help out. So at about 12:30, 1 o'clock, I text Lot and I say, hey, I can't sleep. He's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I don't know. So he calls me. And we start talking about just like bullshit. Like, oh, he's interacting with his coworkers at work because he's at work. And this and that. Man, I'm glad I'm on so much Advent. And so he starts telling me about the fight that he had recently with his brother. And Lot is a gay man who has a wife and 2 children. But only recently has he accepted that he is gay. His brother is living with him, and his brother is out for a while now. And Lot got into a fight with his brother. And so when Lot was retelling the story to me, he said, in his words to his brother, that his brother needed to stop being such a quote-unquote faggot, and he needs to quote-unquote be a man. And as he was telling me all of that, I just kind of was just like, oh, cool.
That's one of those, that line doesn't work here moments.
Right. And so afterwards, after he told me about the argument, because it's an argument.
Yeah.
Like, you're mad. You say things when you're mad
Yeah.
that you don't necessarily mean. So I was like, okay. So I even told him. I'm like, hey, querido, I know that you were arguing with your brother and that you were probably angry and mad, but just keep in mind that those words are hurtful. Without going into like long details of the conversation, the man that I was falling in love with turns out to be, and for the audience who can't see me, I'm actually covering my eyes in shame. The man that I was falling in love with turned out to be a fucking Trump supporter. He is a hardcore conservative who doesn't believe in the quote-unquote gay agenda. And as he was telling me all of that, I just remember I was sitting in the parking lot, like, oh. And I'm just listening, and he's just like putting his foot deeper and deeper in his mouth and digging a hole so deep that he can't fucking climb out of. And I'm just like, Queriño, I'm just like, hey buddy, can we please, let's just change the topic. Can we please just change the subject? And he doesn't. And he's like, no, well, that's what I feel, blah, blah, blah. The gay agenda's wrong, and this and that. And I'm just sitting there thinking, you self-hating gay, internalized homophobic motherfucker, just shut up and change the subject. But he doesn't. So he asked me, he's like, is that cool? Like, how do you feel? What do you think? And I'm like, hold on. And I walk into Cashwise and I'm like, can I get a 24-pack of fucking PBR and a liter of whiskey? And he hears me ordering this. Like, that's my answer to him. Me answering him, are you okay, is me ordering alcohol because of the stupid bullshit shit that he's trying to preach to me. Not preach, but like, express.
Alright.
So I get home, and he's like, oh, well, you're not doing anything tonight? Maybe I'll come over and hang out for a bit. I'm like, I thought you were coming over tomorrow, Saturday night. You're supposed to stay the night. I was gonna make you dinner. And we were gonna watch a movie. And he's like, no, my friends want to go out. I'm like, cool. So I told him, I'm like, okay, well, I haven't slept yet. Like I'm tired. I haven't slept. It's Friday. I've been running errands. He's like, no, I'm gonna come over. So the 20 minutes that I happen to fall asleep is when he shows up. And typically my dogs will start barking and freaking out, and that's how I know when people are here. But I guess that I was A, really drunk, and 2, really tired. So he wakes me up, and I panic. Man, I'm really glad I'm on so much Ativan, because I physically do not possess the capability of crying. God, this is so good. And so we get into a fight. He's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I can't believe you actually feel this way. So he leaves. And we talk on the phone for an hour. And he's like, I told you the truth. Like, that's how I feel. And if you can't handle it, then that's what it is. And I told him, I said, Lot, it's not that I don't understand. Like, I used to be a hardcore Christian. I used to teach on the pulpit. I almost went to seminary school. I almost went to seminary school. Like, I understand the mindset of gay is bad. Like, trust me, Lot, I get it. I said, but I also have been through enough shit that I know that that's fucking bullshit. And so we talked on the phone, and man, for that hour in between him leaving and us talking on the phone, dude, I was literally inconsolable. I was crying on that couch right there for an hour. Fucking bawling. Like, gross sounds. Like, it sounded like I was getting fucking murdered. So I finally got a hold of Lot on the phone. And I was like, hey, I'm sorry for freaking out. And he's like, no, it's cool. This is this, and this. And I'm like, Lot, you have to understand that I'm from LA. Like, I'm the liberal that you hate. I'm the West Side fucking gay mafia. Like, that's me. That's literally me.
Part of the mafia?
Yeah. I mean, in more ways than one, yes. I'm like, Lot, that's me. So do you hate me? Like, I understand that you grew up in the southeast, and that you had very red state family, and just like, Lot, you know that that's not cool. Like, if you believe that, you hate our community. He's like, no, fuck our community. Our community has got so much shit wrong with it, and this and that. And I'm like, maybe, Lot, but that's still our people. And he just kept going on and on about how wrong it is. And I cried and cried. Because I am not a man who lets people in. I don't. I move every year. I don't have time to build quote-unquote relationships. People that I have sex with, and then I move on. Friends, quote-unquote, that I make are for when I'm there, and then I move, and then I leave. And Lot was the first guy that I let the lines blur. And he comes out with that fucking internalized homophobic, deep red state fucking Republican bullshit. I'm a fucking Trump supporter. Like, are you fucking kidding? You're gay! Lot, like, you can't. You're fucking queer. Like, my dick was literally in your mouth. Like, you're gay. You can't support Trump. It's literally against the bylaws.
Mm.
And so the conversation ended with me saying, what's next? What do we do? He's like, well, I'm not going to lie, I'm upset, but I'm not going to stop talking to you. I guess we'll just go with the flow. And I know you don't speak gay. In gay, go with the flow is, I'll message you when I'm horny.
Mm.
And this was the first guy that I've opened my heart to. And I think it'll be the last. I've moved every year. Like, this is how I've lived my life. Like, I've been compulsively single because, to me, it's just easier that way. There's a song by, I want to say, Monica, Monica. The opening line is, often I'm upset that I cannot fall in love, but I guess this avoids the stress of falling out of it. And, like, that's me. Like, I don't get into relationships because I don't like ending relationships. Because I move every year. Every relationship that I start ends. It always will. And Lot was the first guy that I thought might be worth the risk, and I was wrong. So, in between Lot leaving my apartment and the hour that we spent on the phone, I was literally inconceivable. I mean, what's the word? Literally inconsolable. It was like gross crying, like snot dripping down my nose, the whole like. So I got up, took 2 days worth of Ativan in one sitting, cleaned up a little bit, and I thought, you know what? Fuck it. And I wrote Lot this note, and I said, the words that you used earlier today reminded me when I was in danger. When my life was in danger because the family that I had used those words willingly. I.e. fag and faggot. I said I let down my walls, and for the first time that we actually get a chance to talk, I hear you say those things. It's just another reminder that no matter where I go, people like me will always be a target and will be hated just because they aren't as in masculine, or a man, quote unquote. I understand why you use those words. I really, really do. But it doesn't change that you use them. I'm not sorry that I freaked out last night, Lot. Really, I am, and I wish I knew how to express to you how much this hurts to do this, but after the last hour of sobbing into my pillow, I've decided to put my walls back up, and if it strokes your ego, you'll be the last man that I ever let near my heart, and you'll be the last man I ever love, because this pain isn't worth it. Goodbye, Lot. I hope the best for you. I really do. May you find peace and happiness. And since then, that was at midnight. It's already almost 2. I have been drinking heavily, trying to convince myself that what I sent was the right thing. Trying anyway.
Wait, midnight as in like
midnight,
an hour and 49 minutes ago? Or?
No, like at 12:03. Like I sent that at midnight.
But like, okay, so an hour and 47 minutes ago, midnight.
Yes.
Okay then. So, is there any more you have to add to the story before I go off?
Just that boys suck. Relationship sucks. Everything ends, and in the end, it doesn't really matter.
Alright. So, I want to make the audience aware. Man Manson left, and Fake Namerson came in. And then Fake Namerson left and brought back therapist. I don't know. There it is.
Wendy Williams.
No, I want to use pseudonyms. Like pseudonyms. So therapist, I don't know, came in. You get it?
I get it.
Alright. How do I want to craft this in a certain way. I'm gonna go back in time a bit to... I forgot the year.
Okay, I'm time traveling.
Alright.
In my mind.
I think it's a little bit before the Industrial Revolution. It might be, in fact, it might be like at the very beginning.
Like the Bronze Age?
No.
Oh.
Industrial Revolution in like America.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Lots of different nationalities moving in, specifically to like New York and places like that.
Mm-hmm.
Not very welcome there. There's,
right.
What are these? They're taking our jobs. They're...
Which, by the way, is so fucking bullshit because the entirety of America is built on fucking immigration. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I am literally... Like, my people are literally here before anyone else's.
Yeah.
Like, your people were brought here on fucking ships. My people were literally born here.
Yeah.
Everyone else came on fucking ships.
Actually, there's evidence to say that they came from Asia. They traveled across... Well,
yeah,
they used
through
to
the
be
land
great.
bridge. They emigrated through Asia, through that land bridge, connecting through Alaska, came down to the Americas, but after so many years, evolved into their own species? Species isn't the right word.
I was about to say, you don't want to phrase it like that.
Right, yeah. But I mean, the same way that, like, humanity began its origins in Africa. So we're all African in a sense, but also, like, we're not also all African. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I feel you.
yes, they're Asian, but yes, also, I'm African. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, okay. Industrial Revolution, people coming in, New York. I mean, it's... As much as they complain, it's, like, ultimately up to the company that decides who they hire. You know what was very interesting about this, though? They teach it in history. What was very interesting about, like, this whole, like, we don't like these people just moving in here, taking our jobs and all that. Well, no. You don't remember the most interesting part about it.
All I can hear is Randy Marsh saying, they're taking our jibs.
Mm-hmm.
From South Park.
A lot of the people that didn't like them taking their jobs were immigrants themselves. And you know why?
Why?
Because the immigrants that were here also came for jobs. So, they feared that with more people coming in, they would eventually take the job that they worked so hard to come get.
They were the hipsters. They were like, oh, you only like this fucking underground band. I liked them before it was cool. You want these new jobs in America. Oh, I liked those jobs before it was cool.
We came to establish a culture here, and now you're coming in and kind of destroying it. You may be wondering, before I, like, directly tell you why I told you this story, do you kind of see where I'm coming from?
No, I'm too drunk.
Alright, so, when you told that story, it reminded me a lot of, like, that time period. Because I can 100% understand where that guy is coming from, and to an extent, I sort of agree. So, I think I know, like, mostly
you agree with internalized homophobia?
What he's referring to is mostly what you see online. To, like, what do they call it? It's not the neo-Nazis, but, like, I think it's Antifa? Have you...
Please don't connect those two together. I don't want
Certain
that.
members of Antifa are like... No. Okay, fine. Certain members,
people, very fine people on both sides, according to our president.
certain people of the far left they act like children, straight up. They'll attack you.
Certain people on the far right act like children.
Wait, yeah, no, but because we're talking about gay people, that's usually pretty left.
No.
Certain people in the gay community.
No. Tons of people on the far right love to talk about gay people.
But he's
probably more than fucking left people.
Alright. Okay. So, certain people in the far left act like children. Certain people in the gay community make you not want to hang out with gay people. Like, straight up.
If you're straight.
Even if you're gay. Because, like, they make the rest of you look bad. Do they not? Would you hang out with a gay person that did not approve of your straight friends? He would not hang out with you because you had straight friends. Thought they were like some.
No, I mean no, but there really isn't. That doesn't exist in the gay community.
Why not? Wait, yes, it does.
No.
Yes, it does. Don't try to bullshit me.
Hold up. Wait a minute, bitch. Where have you met a gay person that will not hang out with straight people?
In Texas.
Okay, well, that's fucking Texas. All the thing in Texas is steers and queers, so... It's a different breed of gay altogether.
Fucking bullshit me. So, why wouldn't you hang out with this person? He's gay.
But, I mean, there's more to it than just being gay.
Alright, so tell me about it. Why wouldn't you hang out with them? Is you just not like the person? How are you trying to connect the story? Because I can absolutely, if that's all he's seen, I can absolutely understand that mindset.
It's not. Okay, so the thing with Lot was raised in the Southeast, where it was drilled into him, you need to be manly, you need to be a dude, gay's bad, you need to be this.
And you know how they reiterate that point? They just go online nowadays. But usually you'd see news stories or something. Now it's usually just, look online. Look on Twitter. That dude. All straight people are evil. All white people are evil. I hate those people too, actually.
I'm not mad at Lot. If anything, that's the thing that I could forgive.
That he's a Trump supporter?
No, that I can't forgive.
Why not? Well, tell me about it.
Because that's stupid and hateful. But him not wanting to be associated with the gay people, I can get that because when I was in the church, I was getting ready to be a pastor. I was getting ready to go to seminary. And it wasn't until coming out that I finally figured out, man, these people aren't practicing what they preach. Mm. But the things that they taught me, they made it to the point where I had to take special counseling, quote unquote, lessons from someone to try to ungay me. They literally sent me to conversion therapy. Mm. Man, this anime is so good. I'm not even crying. They literally sent me to conversion therapy. So, I get internalized homophobia. I completely get hating gay people because you hate yourself because you don't want to be associated with them, no matter how different you are, no matter how straight you act or straight you don't, or I'm not like them, but don't group me in with those people. I get it.
So you understand why he thinks this way.
I understand why Lot thought that way. But I also know that I went through that once, and I'm an adult. I don't have to sit through that again. I don't have to go back in the closet for anyone. If I decided to pursue something with Lot, we would never be able to just go to dinner or a movie without him constantly looking over his shoulder, or me looking over my shoulder. I wouldn't be able to hold his hand in public. I wouldn't be able to like kiss him goodbye and things like that because he is scared, because I am scared. Like, I understand why he has these feelings.
If you need to, like, mute the mic, you can. I can see you're trying to...
No, I'm actually going to take another Advent, because... Right.
See, in my personal opinion, I think it could have worked out.
I think it could have too. But it's not going to.
People can change. It might be up to someone else to change them. Well, I don't know anymore. You don't seem willing to. But you could have been the one to change him.
Because I already did all that. I already did the whole internalized homophobia. Like, I already tried to kill myself once over that bullshit. Like, I'm not going to do it again. Figurative or literally. Like,
the first step to changing someone is to understand where they're coming from.
And I absolutely understand.
Well,
but when the person is unwilling to at least accept that there are other viewpoints, there's no middle ground. There's no starting point.
The second thing you need to do is to make them understand that you understand them. There is a third step. It's not coming across in my mind at the moment. And then the fourth step is they understand.
Yeah. Question mark, question mark, question mark, profit.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was, I kind of wish things wouldn't have ended, because, like I said, I don't actually open up to people. Like, people at D&D, I'm completely open and honest with you guys, because I don't care, because I know that come next year, I will see literally none of you ever again. I don't care. But with Lot...
Little did Jay know I was following him this entire time.
Right. Stop it. But with Lot... I don't know. I don't know why I let myself get so open and so attached. But like I said, to Lot's credit, he helped me realize that maybe I want something more than just one night stands. And to his credit, he made me realize that the pain that comes with those, more than one night stands, is not worth it. So he will be the first and last man that I ever let near my heart. Because now I'm gonna fucking lock that shit up tighter than fucking Fort Knox. Throw away the key.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I've ever met a person who said that and hasn't also then gotten into another relationship. You will find it someday.
I don't know, Jonas. I've gone 8 years. How old am I?
I don't know.
I know you don't. Yeah, I've gone like 8 years without being in a relationship. I've had plenty of one night stands, plenty of bathhouse experiences, but no relationships. And I've been fine. Like, when I want company or like companionship, I'll go to a friend's house and watch a movie. And when I want sex, I will fucking order a dude like I would a pizza. Open up my phone, browse through what my fucking deals are, see what's 30 minutes or less, and fucking hit, yo, what up?
Mm-hmm.
And like, it's that simple. If you really want it to be, you can weigh things and take the objective choice if you really want it to be, and that's what I always used to do.
Like a pepperoni and Canadian bacon on my man.
Nothing like a solid pepperoni.
I'm thinking just like slices of pepperoni. Like, you must come covered in slices of pepperoni.
Oh, gross.
I will eat them off of you.
No. Ugh, think of the grease. Ugh.
What's wrong with grease?
It's not like lube where it like evaporates after a while. The grease just kind of like stays there. I don't know. Makes for very slippery cuddles. I don't know. Lot. I'd like to say that Lot broke my heart, but I don't know if I have one. Maybe I did. But definitely not now. Now I have an organ that pumps blood. It's not a heart.
I'm trying to think if I want to name this episode Heartless or Kingdom Hearts.
In League of Legends, there's a character called Tom Kench, who's like a river demon god. Like, people go to him for like, they offer him tributes and he gives them stuff. And so when you select him in character select, he has this line that says, "Call me king, call me demon. Water forgets the names of the drowned." And I'm like, ooh, girl. I love that. Because that's my middle name. Is King.
Oh. I was like, drowned?
Yeah. I think I might start going by King.
Just King.
Yeah. I mean, my middle name is actually in Spanish, but the translation is King. Maybe I'll just start going by King.
You should cosplay as King. From,
As a king, or like...
No, King the character from, The King of Fighters.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, wait, no. Actually, no, I think it is King. I might be thinking of Tekken. Let me look it up.
My phone should be charging, but it's not. Stupid lot.
No, it is King of Fighters. That's gonna be hard to pull off. I think you could do it. Just get like some white shoes. Just dye your hair blonde, I guess. You probably have earrings.
I do.
Alright. The coat. Yeah, you would just look dapper as fuck. And then you could be like a male king.
A male king makes me think of like a newsroom male person who's just really
The male king.
who's also just really good at their job.
They call me the male king. Makes the laws in this newsroom. Alright. You wanted to talk about like boys or something? You still up to do that? I don't know what you had in mind, but I'm down to talk about boys if you are.
Okay, ask me about boys.
Alright. How do you like your boys? Scrambled or fried?
Deep dish, extra baked.
Extra baked?
Yeah.
Like twice big?
Yeah, like
big?
twice baked.
Okay.
Deep dish. No anchovies. For sure. Okay, so I have a secret fetish for dirty white boys. So, like, think of when you go to Walmart, you see the dudes come in with, like, Oakley sunglass cans. You know what I mean? They have that stupid line, and, like, you can just tell that they wear sunglasses all day. Those kinds of white boys are my favorite. When they're wearing overalls covered in oil and, like, ooh.
Like you a working man?
Yes, girl.
I see.
Those were probably my favorite.
Alright. Just like that burly kind of, I do shit.
Kinda. Like, no specific type, but if you put me at a buffet, that's where I'd probably start.
Alright.
Oakley's gross.
You just said it.
What else? Yeah. I don't know if I really have a type. I like big dudes. I like chubbier guys.
You are a chubbier guy.
That's, I mean, docs. Yeah, like, I don't know. I just like bigger dudes. Because it's like, they'll suck you off and then still go to lunch with you. So, what is that Drake song? Suck you dry and take you out to eat or something like that. Suck you dry. There's a Drake lyric about it. Damn, it's gonna bug me now. Damn it. Also, in 2 hours, when Lot wakes up, he's gonna see my text message, and I'm terrified that he will respond, even though I want him to, and I don't want him to, and I would hate if he doesn't.
So wait, you're the person who said that you guys broke up then?
No, it's more complicated than that.
Alright.
Lot told me we will go with the flow.
Alright.
Which in gay means when I'm horny, I'll hit you up. And he made me think that he was willing for more. And while my heart would like that, my head knows better. So,
I mean, that sounds a lot like what you do.
What?
Like, when I'm horny, I'll hit you up.
No, yeah, that's exactly what I do. Which is why I was just like, oh, okay.
How dare you use my tactic against me?
Yeah, no, exactly. Because he was the one telling me.
I'm the big bitch. I invented this.
Yeah. Because he was the one telling me. He's like, oh, I think you're ready for a relationship. You're just scared. It's just going to take the right guy. You just got to do this and that.
You know what? I feel the same.
And so I was like, okay, maybe. And I was like, hey, are you going to be that guy? Like, are you going to hold my hand as I walk into this dark new fucking room? Or are you just going to be the one encouraging me to go from a distance? He's like, I don't know. We'll just play it by ear. And I'm like, I know that line. That's my line. I know what that means. Okay. So, like, I guess I can say it because it's of no consequence here, but I called it quits with him just because I know he was going to call it quits with me one day. And so
Just not willing to work it out.
I'd rather just do it now than wait. There's no sense of waiting.
Alright. feel you. I feel you. You got our support, fam. You'll probably get a lot more support when this goes live, but
In 4 months.
probably.
Yeah.
2 years.
In 2 years.
Yeah. 37.
Yeah, see, the worst part is that if he, like, calls me and tells me, oh, no, I was wrong, take me back, I probably would. In a heartbeat, for sure. But, no, I need to, I'm gonna be the old maid. I'm gonna be single. I'm gonna be B. Arthur.
One day you will both realize that you were stupid and do something about it.
No,
Today is not that day.
I already realized that I was stupid. He might realize it, but by then, I will be out of state. Because I don't plan on staying here.
Me neither.
Man, it would be so great to try right now, but I just can't. This medication's so good. God bless doctors.
Well, was there anything else you wanted to talk about?
A little clarification on It's All Made Up.
Alright.
So, I don't know how well I explained it last time on my... Every time you seem to record the podcast, I'm either... No, for a fact. Every time you've recorded the podcast, I've had less than 4 hours of sleep. Every time. So, when I say everything is made up, I mean, in a literal sense, every single specific thing in your life is made up. As in, someone somewhere decided that this set of social rules that you follow, these colors go together, these sounds that you hear mean a certain thing. Like, in a literal sense, everything is made up. It's what we experience as humans. There's no universal truth. There's no this table feels solid, because to someone strong, this could feel flimsy. It's all made up. It's all perception. It's all what we give meaning and description to. It's all made up.
I'm not drinking water. I'm drinking
Pure vodka.
clear liquid, actually.
Just pure vodka.
Nah,
I'm
it's not
telling
vodka.
you.
No, vodka's made up. This is not vodka. I know, because I made sure it wasn't
Hey,
vodka.
I believe you. I told plenty of people that in my early college days.
I'm drinking liquid ice. There it is.
Yeah. What'd you slip on? Man, this solid water is just really fucking annoying.
Breathe fried ice. Sleep in
There's
fried
such
ice.
a thing as fried ice cream,
Yes.
which I've never
Actually,
had.
no, because it's made up. There isn't.
Yeah, no, that's true. Well, just because something... Wait. Hold up. Just because something is made up doesn't mean it's not true.
Then, how is it true then?
Throwing that up. Because it's made up.
That implies it's not true.
No.
Because someone else could make it something else.
Just because something's made up doesn't imply that it's intrinsically not real or true.
Those words are dangerous. Want me to tell you why this? Want me to tell you why that's dangerous?
There's
You should be familiar.
What?
You should be familiar with why those words are dangerous.
What? Tell me. What
Religion.
Oh.
Mm.
Well, I mean, yes, essentially. Like...
It's all true. Guys, Jay is here to confirm that God is real. He said it himself. It's all made up, and just because it's not, just because it's made up.
Like, worship whatever you want. Fucking worship the old gods and fucking celebrate Yule and fucking Passover and Christmas or whatever. It's all made up. Who fucking cares? Just don't cut the fucking skins off of babies' dicks. It's the worst. Heard it here first.
Unless
kids.
you have to.
No, you don't even have to. I mean,
there is a disease where it's actually physically impossible to pull back your foreskin. In which case, you should.
But it only happens in like teen years. If like early childhood, you're able to get that shit back. Do it. Roll that shit back to keep it from happening. There's no reason for unnecessarily medical fucking circumcisions.
I think I've done everything possible to make sure that people don't believe I'm Christian.
I don't know. It's like, it's genital mutilation for aesthetics. And not even for aesthetics for yourself. It's for someone else. You're making that choice for someone else's body. They're always gonna look that way.
It goes back to something else, actually. It's not aesthetics.
To stop them from masturbating.
Aesthetics is kinda, but aesthetics is like, what's the word for it? It's because of, people are used to seeing this. You're not falling asleep on me, are you?
I'm always falling asleep. People are used to seeing what?
Like cut dicks. Then it became an aesthetic.
No. Only about 53%, which is barely more than half. So
that number
statistically...
That number has decreased over the years, though, to get to 53%.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
God damn it.
Collateral damage, I think is what I was
looking
at. You're gay, so, I mean...
Yeah, I've just happened to see more dick than you because I'm gay.
Well, Jay's fallen asleep, so I have been Man Manson. Man Manson's back, by the way. Fake
Namerson, Jonas something.
I don't know left. Fake Namerson is back behind the scenes doing the audio. And then that over there on the therapy couch has been Jay. And I guess... Actually, no, we won't see you guys next time. Goodbye.
So long, farewell,
to you. What? No, that's not the song I was thinking of.
Oh.
I was thinking of Bear in the Big Blue House. What are you thinking of?
Adieu to you and you and you. The Sound of Music.
Oh, okay.
When the family's like on stage, and one by one they like sneak off.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking Bear in the Blue House.
Do you remember that? I don't remember the Bear in the Blue House.
Probably not.